is up, Nation? Welcome to the Light Bars and Lockers podcast, the Jeep podcast where we talk about badass builds, answer your questions, and talk about ways to beef up your ride. As always, I'm Paul with JeepBeef. We've got Ryan on the road from Combat Off-Road, and tonight we're joined special guest. We've got Dave Howard, JT extraordinaire. That's what we're going with him.
I don't know about that, man.
But just because, so we'll get to it later. But yeah, his JT's pretty badass. Just finishing up a 1-ton swap. Well, anyway, we'll get to it. But I think Ryan, I honestly would like to see, just like some of in just talking and passing with Dave, some of the thoughts about the Gladiator and what have you. I think it makes a lot of sense as an off-road like specific vehicle. I mean, it's we'll get back to it, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk about the Gladiator, though. Let's talk about your build, Dave. Let's
let's hear Dave's.
Hold on, we've got pictures and everything. Check it out.
Well, so let's see it.
This is Dave's Gladiator. No, I'm just kidding. That's Dave's Gladiator the first day you got
off-road machine, man.
Right?
I was gonna say, I thought that was like one of those weird cars.
Right. Well, so actually, Dave, you mentioned you said that like you never a big fan, right, of the Gladiator.
When I first saw it, when it first came out, I didn't like it at all. I hated the way it looked. I didn't like it at all. And then as these companies or individuals with a lot more money than I have started building them, I was like, oh hell yeah, this has to happen. And it was like right in the middle of COVID. There was like nothing on the lot. So I mean, I went across the lake and just on a whim one day and took my pickup truck, and there happened to be that Stingray one sitting on the lot, and took it for a drive, and I was like, all right, let's do this, and that was it. And it was stock for a week.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Well, that's what we were saying. It's like and no offense to anyone, honestly, no offense, but
just a little.
How do people drive stock Jeeps?
Like, I don't know. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But
it's painful. Like
he follows you on Instagram. He's watched the transformation happen. Look at that. But yeah, so this is it today. So let's talk about a few. Well, first of all, why? I mean, you mentioned to me before about like the fact that it's amazing for wheeling, right? Because you were considering the JL to the JT.
Now the Gladiator is amazing for wheeling. It could be done. You could do a lot with the bed and the length that it is. I mean, for overlanding or not super extreme rock crawling. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw one of the pictures of the videos of Mel Wade. Going up, I can't remember what trail it was in Moab at Easter Jeep Safari, but he's on like 42s and his bed is full length. But it's Mel Wade. I mean, he's been wheeling for years. But I mean, he totally conquered that obstacle, and it was gnarly. And like I said, I cannot remember what trail it was.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. Is that so? He came up and he had to turn left.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was a gnarly trail.
It was pretty insane. Yeah.
But I mean, it's really good, and then it gets even better when you chop the bed. When you take that 12 inches off.
You have a picture of that? You've done that already, man?
I have.
You've already chopped it?
That's coming in November.
Oh, okay.
I haven't chopped it.
Cool. Okay.
Stingray JT, my buddy Damien in Jersey, he just got his chopped before he went to Easter Jeep Safari, and it helps a shit ton.
Oh, I bet.
It helps a lot. So at that point, you take that. I think he took 11 inches off. I'm looking at like 12, maybe 13. I don't want a stock bumper. I'm just going to put a 2x4 back there.
Nice.
Okay.
So if you want the stock bumper look, you can't take off as much. So I think we figured we could take off 12 and a half, almost 13 inches off the back, and just put steel 2x4 back there for a bumper. And at that point, I mean, there's nothing you cannot climb at all. I mean, even my Gladiator on 40s, with the full bed, I mean, it surprised the hell out of me, and I didn't even have a Rubicon. It was just, the max toe with the limited slip in the rear. and
Right.
it would climb some crazy stuff that like JLUs or JLURs on 37s, 38s, they couldn't climb it. So just that extra wheelbase, that extra length, allows you to get, especially like a ledge or a major obstacle, allows you to get the front tires up, and your
Right.
backs are still on the ground. It helps you pull yourself up, but it surprised the hell out of me. And I mean, I love wheeling with it. And the thing that prompted this build, I was going to wait a little bit. I was going to do like, crate tons, just
Yeah.
order them, plug them in. And then seeing the price, I was like, well, hell no. It's wild, man.
Yeah. 20 grand. No problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's just the axles. That's not, wheels, tires, drive shafts,
Yeah. That's in in the crates. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we were at an event that Apex Jeep Club put on in Pennsylvania. That was a Mission 22 benefit.
Cool.
And we went up this ledge. I don't remember. It was kind of like a Rock Creek type thing, but it was like uphill. And I couldn't get up this ledge. My brother on 39s in his Rubicon Gladiator walked right up it. And I could not get up it. It just would not. It kept spinning. And it was wet and it was muddy. And the tons build started right after that.
Right.
I couldn't be beat. So
right. So, not by your brother.
No, not at all. I think he's watching too. So yeah, I mean it's like a JLU, JLUR, or JK. I think the wheelbase is like 94 inches. The Gladiator is like 137, and I had a stretch JK, a JKU, and I think I was at like 99, maybe 100 inches. I think we went 3 inches in the rear and 2 inches in the front, or 4 inches in the rear, because we had to fit that Sterling back there without moving the fuel tank, and that requires a major stretch in the rear. So I mean, I was at 100 inches, and there was times where it crawls really well, and they crawl really, really well. But with that little extra that might have been able to be squeezed out of there lengthwise would have helped tremendously. The other thing with the wheelbase of the Gladiator is if you're running big tires like on the highway, or I think 1-ton Gladiator was running his 43 Baja Pro XXs on the highway, and and it rides phenomenal. If you want to drive long distance and stuff because of the wheelbase.
So what have you done? So you obviously took it from stock, and then you went to the 1-tons. But what was the one? Like, were they junkyard?
Yeah, they were. This has been a whole mess of things, but I went with a 05 Super Duty front. I actually consulted with Don Rycroft from RPM Steering, and I was looking at like an 04, I think, and he was like, no, you need to go to an 05.
Yeah, you gotta go 05 and up.
Because the aftermarket support, and it's stronger, it's bigger. And so I ended up finding an 05 and then a Sterling 10.5 from a 2000 Ford. They weren't together, but the guy had them just separate. He had parted out the trucks, and they were just laying there. It was a farmer like right up the road from me. I think I paid like $400 for the set. But yeah, that Sterling. So anybody who's going to do the junkyard swap and all the ability to do it is out there now. All the tone ring issues are solved. Tyler at Rock Solid Fab designed a front tone ring system for the 05 Super Duty. It's amazing. It goes right on the hub. The fitting for your sensor plugs right into the 05 the Super Duty hub. You just pull that sensor out, put that fitting in there, and then your sensor plugs like right in. And it's super, super simple. It works perfectly. RTEC, I think, just released they just released their JL and JT brackets for the rear Sterling. So everything's been done for it, so you can do it. But I suggest if you're going to do it, either you do a 14 bolt for like a JL, because you don't have to. I don't think that Sterling will not fit in a JL in the back unless you relocate the fuel tank or you stretch it.
Right.
The 14 bolt is what people with, 4-door Wranglers or
Yeah.
2 doors. That's but 05 and up, anything. Sterling and Super Duty front, the 60, 05 and up. I got a 2000 Sterling and ended up being built in 99. So, and this, like an off year, I think Ford went like full stupid. They narrowed it so it's 66 inches. Whereas like a standard Sterling, I think is 68, 69
Yeah, I think
inches.
it's 68. Yeah.
Yeah. So they narrowed it. And then when I was looking for like backing plate brackets for calipers, so every Sterling ever in the history of man, except for the 99, mounts the calipers in the back.
Right.
Yeah, well, in 99, they decided to use opposing calipers. So you have one on the back and one on the front. So here I am looking for brackets for, I can find, the passenger side, but I couldn't find the driver's side anywhere.
Painful.
Well, they're the same damn bracket. They're just flopped. So here I am buying like 8 sets of brackets, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Nobody can tell me.
Yeah.
And it's just stick with the 05 and up Sterling or the 14 bolt and the 05 Super 60. I mean, save yourself a world of hurt because I've been trying to solve this just nothing but issues with this axle, but it's done. It's done.
Holy moly. Yeah, I got an 08 Super Duty front.
Yep.
For the off-road addiction JK. My wife's gonna cut it all up, put it in. And we have an 06 14 bolt rear, so she's got the shave kit from Tim. Yeah, so we'll do this. So we're gonna stick it in under the JK, but and then we'll do like a 4-link, 3-link probably, and something like that. So she wants to do that stuff, so we'll see whenever.
That's pretty badass.
Whenever she wants to cut it and grind it up. Well, she put the 4.5-inch kit in our Gladiator. She put the 3.5-inch kit in my Bronco,
which is pretty awesome. I gotta say,
so
that's pretty impressive.
She put the skid plates.
Yeah.
She put the Artec skid plates in the JK, and she put the Tom Woods drive shafts in the JK. So she's done a whole bunch of stuff over the last couple of years. And she put the PSC the PSC assist kit in the JK as well. I just had to hold the steering box and do. I did minimal things with it, so she did
work.
I was just like a grunt, right?
Yeah. Awesome.
So it's good. Yeah, so she's done a whole bunch of stuff in the last little while. So she wants to do this swap. So she started cutting up the 14 bolt a while ago, but just life gets in the way, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
She started in the 05 yet, the front yet?
No, I pulled it out from my. We got it from my other house. I have a bunch of axles at my other house. So I gave my parents my old house, and
his neighbors love him. He's just got axles.
Dude, I got like 10 brand new Dana 60s from the military sitting there.
Hell yeah!
And I got a bunch of shit there still. But anyways, yeah. So the first, of course, the giant. You know how big that axle is. I had it at the back underneath like 4 axles, and it was a snowstorm, and I had to use I had to use the winch, and I had to move the trailer, and I forgot I left it there, and I thought we could just bolt on some rollers, but of course it's been sitting there forever, so like the brakes were seized, so it didn't do me any good having rollers because I would just flip the fucking whole axle.
Big bitch, man. It's huge.
I just dragged it. I dragged it. I hooked my other pickup truck to the trailer, and I grabbed the Gladiator, and I came over the side, and I just winched it onto the trailer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was it. It's still there. It's on one of my trailers in the compound, sitting there.
I never want to cut one of those up again, ever.
I know. I laughed at her. I said, "You know how hard I've done it, for work. I've built them before, right, for work stuff, like for off-road addiction and stuff." And I'm like, "Wait till you see the magic you gotta do."
Portaband.
A lot of metal.
Portaband is your best friend.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Doing that housing coming down, Portaband all day long.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
I don't even think I have
simple.
one of those.
Yeah, it makes it super simple.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll get one. That'd be cool because
I definitely worth it.
I had a plasma cutter.
Yeah,
I've used a plasma cutter and a torch, and then I've used like the small grinders with the thin discs and just
Yep.
it's like everybody cut little sections out until you get to the right angle and chop it off. But yeah, it's yeah, it's hours, like it's days actually.
It is. I think I probably had 40 hours into cutting them up at least.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so painful.
It was.
Dion says PSC is awesome, but his wasn't a direct bolt. Required some modifications, but it's a night and day difference. There you go. The PSC, he's got a WJ. Totally. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
that's amazing.
They're a huge difference, especially. Yeah, I mean, obviously low tire pressure, low speed turning, all the load on each tire, like you can't go wrong.
So obviously you went with the Mickeys though, right? Because that's the way to go, right? What size did you go with?
43, 15, 17. Oh. It's fucking huge.
43, man.
I went to 43s because Andy Orlando and Chris Witt from ARW was running 43s, and I was like, God damn, I need those. And as soon as I get the 43s, fucking Andy goes to 46s.
46s, right? Yep.
Yeah.
And these 43s, right? This picture?
Yep. Those are 43s. Yeah.
It's big, man.
They're massive. And I want to thank Nick Ashby for helping me out with those tires.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Like how? Did he mount them or did he give them to you?
No. He worked.
He came to your house and put them up there.
Yeah, Nick came to my house. We hung out, we barbecued, and he mounted them up for me.
There you go. That's the guy. It's stellar.
That's the kind of service you get with Rockstar Garage.
Yeah, 100%.
Right to your house and throw a barbecue.
Yep. No, he's a good dude for sure.
That's
right
awesome.
On. That's cool.
I love the saying the life's a breeze on 43s. It's like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 43s are massive.
We're gonna see how much of a breeze it is until we break it.
Right.
Something else.
Yeah. There you go.
Did you do the shaft? Like, did you do internal shafts for the axles, or are you running the stock ones?
No, I'm running the 1550 chromoly's from Yukon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then the Sterling are stock shafts in the rear. I have an extra set. I don't think I'm gonna break them, but you never know.
No. Yeah, well, if you got extra ones, that's good. I mean, that's what I always tell all my customers. Like, try this, and then if you break it, then upgrade it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to go and crush it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ryan taking his 41 and a half on the stock Rubicon just to test it out. How long that last for?
Like, honestly, it lasted like 12 seconds. It was amazing.
He's like, we're going wheeling this week. I'm gonna take it out, whatever. And then what did you ended up not? I guess you just hung out at the camp, right? And everyone else went. Was that because it wasn't that Christina's birthday or something?
Yeah, no, the one day I did. Yeah, I broke something else too, and I think at a different time. And then I just sat back and I went swimming with Aurora, like my daughter. There you go. sat on the dock and had a drink. Yeah, and then they went out. That's funny. Yeah. It didn't last long. It sounded like gunshot shells, or you know what I mean? Not gunshot, but just regular discharge. It's like ping, ping, ping. And there's 1,000 pieces.
Didn't you say everywhere, it made just a mess? In order to fix it, it was
just destroyed everything. Yeah, it was gross. And I did get all the parts for I got lucky because it was brand new. Like the JL just released when I built this JL. So and then I had to wait forever for RCVs. So RCVs are cool because they're guaranteed for up to 43 inches of tires. So if you bust them with 43s, and I'm only running 41 and a half, so I said, you know what, short term that'll just work for us right now. So that's the Jeep I got in the trailer. So it's on 41 and a half inch pit bulls. Well, it's not in the trailer. On the trailer, it's in these little tires. They look like little personal sized pizzas.
Yeah,
it is pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm only on 41 and a half. Yeah.
Right.
But meanwhile, I've only got 37s. I don't know. I know.
Now it's all
but 37s aren't bad when it's by itself. You know what I mean? Like when it's out on the street or it's doing whatever.
Yeah, it looks good.
You're one of these guys.
Yeah,
You're one of these
isn't
guys
that
in the locker room that hides in a towel or what?
Right.
Looks just fine when I'm alone.
That's right. Yeah. Foiled again.
Oh, you didn't set yourself up for that one.
Oh, I did. That's true. What?
I was kidding.
What do you? It's okay. Yeah. What do you have next planned for the Gladiator when you get it all?
The only thing I really got to do yet
is
is
Hellcat swap.
Oh man, no.
LS?
I probably get LS swap.
Yeah, with a whipple on top.
Yeah, it'd be badass, wouldn't
it? Oh, dude, that's what I want.
I have to take a second mortgage out.
Right.
Oh, dude, I know, it's crazy.
Oh, it's insane. I gotta bleed it should be rolling out of the garage Saturday. I gotta bleed the brake system. I gotta put on the Ram that just got there. I don't really have to finish up the rear anti-rock, but I'm going to. And that's it. And then she could back out of the damn garage. I'm still waiting on coilovers, but we'll see about that. The next step, I'm gonna chop the bed in the fall. And then over the next winter, we're gonna do the RPM 3-link kit in the front. Hopefully by that time, Don will have in his a crazy mind thought up the 4-link triangulated 4-link for the rear. We'll do that, and then hopefully stuff some 14-inch coilovers into the bed in the rear and clean.
Oh, you're
clear
gonna
up
inboard
some,
them?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
Make some room in the damn engine bay to stuff some 14s up in there. So, but it's
like
it's
through
real.
the hood.
That would be 16s, but don't tempt me. I'll do it because it looks
There you
badass.
go. yeah, totally, man. It looks cool, right? Just
We'll be
sticking out of
going-
the hood a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be going like Trail Reaper-esque.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's badass.
That's badass for sure.
It's not like that much more money for a 16-inch.
No, it's really not. It's just making the damn space in a
The fitment.
Gladiator engine
Yeah.
bay. Yeah, it's crazy. There's just so much.
Is yours
shit
the
everywhere.
V6 then?
Yep.
Yours is a V6? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Cool.
that's what's next, and then whenever the motor dies, it decides it wants to shit the bed, then she'll get a V8 power plant. But hopefully that's down the road.
I was gonna say, what year is that?
Yeah.
She's a 2020.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you got a little bit of
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I think I got her like a year and a half ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half ago. Yeah, I didn't expect it to go this fast, but when you're outwheeled by your brother, you just kind of gotta
That's a game on, man.
Yeah.
full send.
All right.
Yeah. Run with the emotions.
Yes,
Right.
yes, I did. I came home
Yeah.
and bought axles and ordered everything.
Is there?
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Credit card down.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
my Amex was
Yeah.
screaming at me.
Right.
Hey, it was on
That's
fire. I couldn't even touch it.
It was burning.
That's hilarious. Dion says
Yeah,
Angry
man.
is rocking 35s. He's limited by his axles.
Oh, well, it's right. Yeah, in the wheel wells, Dion, you're gonna have
I was
some
gonna
trouble.
say you have the wheel. Well, you could always.
Yeah.
What do you need wheel wells for? Just fuck.
Well, you can
Take 'em off.
Well, I mean, it's into the body
Delete.
you're into the rear door with the WJ.
That's a pretty
and stuff.
sweet wheel well delete you got going on there.
It'd be like it'd be air conditioning too. You'd be right into the cab.
There you go. It's all
Yeah.
overrated. Who cares?
Just cut it off and tube it out. You'd be good to go.
There you go. Exactly.
Well, he can bring it if he does the axle width and gets the whole tire
Yeah.
outside the body. Then you're laughing.
Oh shit!
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah,
See
Oh,
that?
yeah.
We've got all kinds of great ideas. Come to
yeah
us.
magic. That's it. Ideas. You know who to message.
So Ryan, where are you headed next? What's well? First of all, you said
Right,
you had to
like
get
now.
Yeah, like right now you have to get
I
somewhere,
just-
right?
Well, no, I don't. I just have these retarded like personal goals when I drive places. I'm gonna try not to sleep till I get to Georgia.
Okay. And then what?
But I might
What do
be
you just
ambitious.
like find a Walmart parking lot and that's it?
Dude, wherever. I stayed at like the handy store last night because
The
no one was
handy
at the where. Yeah, it was super level parking. It was amazing, right? I just turn the generator on, make some dinner, throw a movie on, whatever. Do some
I was
emails.
gonna say, next time we do this, you gotta like make dinner while we're doing the show.
Hell
right?
yeah.
You can,
I know.
like,
I know. I
'cause
had like a late lunch.
I was gonna say, he makes
I
a
just
pretty
made
amazing
wraps.
pasta sauce. That pasta sauce we
Yeah.
had. Where was it? Was it It was in Tennessee.
Smoky Mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mint.
It's like the
You
first
you
night.
didn't come around for breakfast. It's oatmeal with blueberries, honey, almond butter, a little bit of cinnamon.
Next time you gotta teach everybody to make it. There you go.
That's it, right? We'll become a cooking show. Right.
There you
go. Yeah, I'll get a different hat on.
Yeah, trail cooking.
That's it.
Yeah, this is totally. I take this when I go forward too.
That's
it can't go too far. It's got to go to a trailer.
It's got the wheelbase makes it, But 43 is life's a breeze.
It's got a 48-foot wheelbase, so you're good.
Beyonce is a pretty good welder, so there you go. Pretty good welder.
There you go.
So there you go. I think that was for his 35s, but whatever, you can do it on the bus, whatever. Cutting metal doesn't scare him. I don't let fear and common sense stop me. Exactly. Like, what the heck, man? Like most of our politicians. So there you go.
Oh, God,
we're gonna get throttled.
Here we
That's
go.
Right.
Here we go.
We didn't say which ones, so we should be okay.
Right, but maybe that could be like a trigger word. Oh,
it's so true, right? It's very true. Yeah. So all right.
They're just called princes, aren't they? Prince and princesses. They're not even politicians anymore.
Yeah, gods, apparently.
Gods,
they think themselves, yeah.
Gods on earth, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy people.
Yeah. It's gotten a little cuckoo banana.
You're shifting over, yeah. Oh, what do you mean? Us or the world?
The world, these princes and princesses.
Who's crazier, the crazy ones or the people that elect the crazy ones?
I wish I think that, man.
It's tough, dude. I think it's a tough one, man. I just think it's really bizarre, what people choose to believe is the truth, right?
The worst part is that people can't change their minds. That's the thing that drives me nuts. It's how can you not look at something? I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I really don't. But because it happens everywhere, right? Extremism everywhere. On both sides. When you look at it and you see it, how do you not call it out? I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. If somebody temporarily suspends your rights and freedoms and freedom of speech and freedom of the right to due process, someone suspends that, you might want to call it out. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. It's probably a bad thing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What I mean? People are conditioned to follow nowadays, so
it's teams, right? It's like I'm on this team and you're on that team, and that's it. We're now on opposing teams when it's just it used to be differences in slight ideology. I mean, really, it was pretty slight at one point, right? And now it's like how far can we go from one side to the other, and no one wants to be in the middle.
Well, the funny thing is now with the people that are doing all this are creating the divide and against
they're making
new
it
royalty versus the people, right? They're separating themselves further from the people, right? And I don't know how people aren't seeing that.
Right? They talk about inclusion by excluding people.
This is ridiculous.
It's like at my kid's school, they have a zero policy on bullying, right? But you can bully no problem as long as it's not physical, right? So we'll let the crazy mental stuff go, and teachers and
dude, it's so crazy. You should be able to knock somebody out, man.
I
agree. But that just builds you it teaches you lessons. This is life lessons. People are gonna have no lessons.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna become these weird, upset, disturbed, mute
weirdos.
You know what I mean? With
no
idea. I know, but we
on their
more
team,
of them, right? I told my kid, man, if someone messes you can warn them. If you warn them once, and if not, you hit them as hard as you can. I don't care.
Thing. I said the same thing.
You hit them right in the throat, kick them in the balls. Dude, beat them to death. Everything's been built on violence.
I didn't go that far.
Oh, I tell my daughter, I'm like, you just hit them as hard as you can. Don't you give them a warning, and if they don't believe you, you fucking crunch them, dude. Forget about it. I gotta say,
it's gotta be tough, mercy. Though, with having a daughter, though, at least, and call it sexist, whatever. I mean, I really do, in that respect, from a bullying perspective, I definitely am more appreciative of the fact that I don't have to deal with, because girls are brutal. Girls are.
Oh, they are.
In terms of
meaner,
right? They're so
Oh,
mean.
she can punch them too. Who cares?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, at least you're, yeah. Why
I
not?
get it. She doesn't want to, and I
doesn't
say
want
don't
to.
go out there looking for it. But I said if someone will not stop messing with you, you just gotta stand your ground. Like I understand it's not fun. Like you know what I mean. Like nobody. Like I never like punched anybody. It was something I really didn't enjoy. But I mean, if you push me to that envelope there, I'm gonna make sure you never forget. I'm looking to break stuff like orbital
100%.
bones, teeth.
Right.
Like you're gonna. I used to tell people that in hockey. I go, this is the day
that's
you'll
like
never
awesome.
forget, dude. Oh, crunching people. It was terrible, man. I'd scream and just beat you to death. Like all my fingers are all broken and twisted. You know what I mean? Like don't even straighten out, man. They're all screwed. Yeah, and I didn't even do it that much, and I didn't like any of it. I'm just like, fuck you, man. I just wanted to have fun. You're fucking with me. You know what I mean? But whatever.
I'm picturing you ever seen the movie Goon? I'm just picturing that shit, right? Like
I know lots of people like the Goon. I know lots of people like that guy.
I know, me too, right?
That love it, right? They feed off it. I'm like, I didn't
yeah.
feed off it. I feed off like having fun. I don't particularly love violence. You know what I mean? But if it has to be done, it has to be done.
That's the thing. Well, I think more than anything, it's like you can make a choice, and and we just don't need someone else to do everything for us. That's the thing. Whether it's bullying,
how are you gonna
parents
learn
and there's teachers and there's, you know what I mean? Like, and you run to somebody else, like always, and then nobody takes care of anything because everyone then pushes that off. Well, the teacher will push it off to the principal, right? Principal's not doing anything because they don't want to actually, take the time to really do anything whatsoever because they'd rather just get their paycheck and go home, right? And then, but in life, it's the same thing. It's like, well, shit, like I'm having a problem. I lost my job. And of course there needs to be social safety nets. I'm not saying there's not, but everyone just expects someone else to take care of them. That's all, like for everything. Like there's a problem, someone else will fix it. Always.
Yep.
It's not my responsibility.
Vanilla Ice, right?
Else's, right?
And he said, if there's a problem, you'll all solve it.
Oh, it's the opposite of Vanilla Ice. We need more Vanilla Ice in this world.
I like Vanilla Ice to do something. Where's that guy? He's still alive.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he's building houses.
I was gonna say he's a carpenter.
Is he?
Something.
Oh yeah, shit.
Like HGTV or
good
something.
for him, man. Could you imagine? Like way off topic. Imagine that. Like the whole world hated you for no good reason.
Right?
Like imagine that guy.
Pants.
Yeah. But I mean that guy, and he didn't kill himself. Like he freaking stood up and he turned himself around. Like I like Vanilla Ice is a solid human. Like he might have done some weird shit, but I mean, talk about taking some abuse globally and like coming around
he
and
still
being
does. I really think he's still like the butt.
I think I'm sure he is, but I guess he's turning around. He's definitely had a financial gain from it at some point. You know what I mean? I'm
making a new shirt. We need more Vanilla Ice. Or just more Vanilla Ice.
Do it.
Put it. Let's get more Vanilla Ice.
The silhouette of Vanilla Ice is just like from the neck up, and then maybe put the podcast logo or something.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah,
I'd buy it.
Awesome. There you go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think this guy's a cool guy. Fuck that. Vanilla Ice is a cool dude. I said it.
I agree.
100%.
Well, I think on Vanilla Ice, we're gonna have to call it a day. And,
I know. What time? How long are we doing?
Baby, we're at an hour.
Oh so. Yeah. Oh fuck, that was fast, eh?
Yeah, right. It goes.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing. You gotta.
I was I gotta get out of here like 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden we all.
This is what happens all the time. It's like, okay, we 20 minutes tonight. That's it. And like 3 hours later, we haven't even started yet. So you gotta jump in your house, and
I'm in the house. I gotta convert to a car.
Right? Go. Transform. There you go. That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I'm in the lounger chair, and then I got to move to my captain's driving chair, which is not too far from where I'm sitting. And
I gotta say real quick before we go, we need to tell the world how you destroyed Nashville because of this trailer. Look how long that trailer. So the door that's way back there is just the beginning, because then there's a bathroom, and then there's a bedroom behind that, and then there's a trailer behind that. So that's how far back this thing goes.
Yeah, the trailer's 30 feet plus the tongue, so like 33 and 34 feet, and then the bus is like 40 feet.
God damn.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big bitch.
Like, there's no turning around. Like, if you miss your exit on the highway, you just have to keep
so
going until you
painful.
come all the way back around again. Like,
Dude, last
Earth.
night, last night I had to get gas at a small gas station. I had part of the trailer like on the road, so I had to go put a pylon out in some four ways because I couldn't pull up far enough, because I would miss the pump, and I had to have enough where I could turn. It was brutal.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so but
Yeah, you gotta
let's
plan it
tell the
out.
story about Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, there's some like Roman like thing downtown, and Nate wanted to see it. He's like, just turn here. I'm like, fuck, turn
the
here.
Parthenon?
Yes, the first.
Yeah, whatever it's called, downtown Nashville. Do you know where the one way is to get in off the the 4-lane?
Centennial Park.
Dude, I took this through it, and I had to make that dude. I made that radius by a millimeter, like millimeters. Like Nate's hanging out the passenger side window, and I just got it. And then they had like speed bumps, and I got an adjustable hitch on the back, and I carved out like a whole bunch of shit because I was on like the sorry, yeah, I was on the thing. It was pretty good.
That's tight down in there, man. That's tight.
Dude, it was terrible. Hold on. Where are you?
He's gone dark, so nobody knows it was him.
Generator ran out of gas.
No, I got my phone, and I don't know how to do anything.
Well,
I hate this thing. Where is it? Wouldn't it like just pop up?
Right.
Hold on. No, I can still hear you guys.
Yeah, we can.
Is it there?
There we go.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, so I made a huge groove. So if you're ever there and you see a giant groove near that big radius, that was my trailer hitch. Because I guarantee they didn't fix it.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, dude. If you ever go again, just watch it. Like, it's like this. And they have posts with lights in them. I just was like just touching the posts. Oh, yeah. I was
during the daytime, like he's just midday.
Oh, yeah, there's people everywhere.
Down.
Yeah. And it's a one way, and I couldn't back out to the main 4 lanes. So I'm like, fuck, we got to do this.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Just because Nate wanted to see it. And he wanted to see the Ark, too. So he had to go and watch the crazy Ark people. Sorry, Kentucky.
Nice.
But it was done. It was really cool, but they're really mistaken a few things in my opinion. But it looks really neat, and it's huge. And I missed the kangaroos. Massive. It's huge. And they have kangaroos. You can walk through the thing and pet them and shit. But we were 4 minutes too late. I didn't even get to do that. So maybe on the way home.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, with that, I think we're out. I want to thank everyone who stuck around for the entire hour. Appreciate you. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And of course, hit that like button. If you're tuning in on the old audio, we'll post up some pictures probably in the show notes. But you can catch Dave on Instagram. You can follow along with the build at project_ADK_JT. So that's it's Adirondack, right? Is what it's short for?
Stands for Adirondack, yep.
There you go. So project_ADK_JT. Follow him on Instagram. Be sure to subscribe to us if you're listening. It's the first time listening. Awesome. Thanks for
make it a second.
Thanks for sticking around for the whole hour. That's amazing. Dion says thanks for the laughs. Thank you, Dion, for being here. Thanks, everyone else that stuck around. And that's it. We're out for this week, and I guess we'll catch you next week.
JeepBeef.
Next week from JeepBeef. Yeah, that's right. All right, cool. All right.
All right.
We're out.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Yeah, hey,
Thanks,
man.
Dave.
Thanks so much. Take care, Dave.